10 most powerful countries in the world. Some countries keep dominating the global front. They repeatedly make the headlines, and they have the military power and influence to lead the world in the fiscal sense as well. Some countries can make foreign policies that actually impact the global economy, and they are also able to live up to their pledges. In this video, we'll look at some of these powerful countries, how they rank against other similarly powerful countries, and what makes them powerful to begin with, based on the leadership of the country, its economic and political influence, international ties, and the strength of its military. 10. United States of America. The United States is widely perceived to be the most powerful country in the world. The USA has the largest economy in the world and the largest military budget as well. In 2019, the U.S. government spent over $732 billion on their military equipment and personnel. The U.S. strengthens a lot of its political ties by giving out billions of dollars to countries through military aid. Going back to 2019 again, the U.S. gave out more than $33 billion as economic aid and about $19 billion as military aid. 9. China. China's economy comes second only to that of the U.S. When it comes to weapons, China is not that strong in that department. Though the country does possess nuclear weapons, China's economic growth began in 1978 after several reforms, and the already large population exploded along with the economy. Pollution, remarkably light, and surpollution also swiftly rose as well. China has the world's largest population and is still a developing country despite all the economic growth. Many people still live below the poverty level, and the country still has some in-home problems to work on. 8. Russia. Russia is the world's largest country and not by population. The landmass of Russia is about twice the size of Canada, which is the world's second largest country by landmass. Russia's existence as a nation has been marked by mostly authoritative rule. In addition, the country has tensions with the Western world. It has been the subject of many international displeasure thanks to accusations of human rights abuse and other conflicts. Nonetheless, Russia has one of the largest economies in the world and a wealth of natural resources to back that economy. Despite Russia coming in third when it comes to national power, it's the second largest exporter of military weapons globally, second only to the U.S. Russia's contribution to the world goes far beyond the military and economics, and the country has birthed some of the best writers and contributors to science and art that the world has seen. 7. Germany. Many of the world's powerful nations have large populations as well, and Germany is no different. It has the largest population in Europe. Germany has one of the largest economies in the world, and its influence in the international sphere keeps growing. Germany has one of the best and most skilled workforces in the world. The provision of services and industries, such as tourism, is the major contributor to the country's economy. Unfortunately, the country's population is an aging one, raising many questions about their spending in the social sector. Overall, Germany has some of the most skilled and affluent population globally and a strict government system. Thanks to their open-door policy as well, a lot of migrants are fast moving into the country. 6. United Kingdom. The UK has a lot of international influence and is a highly developed and old nation. Banking and tourism are some of the major contributors to the UK economy, whilst manufacturing is on a slow decline in the country. Most of the global influence of the UK came about in the European colonial era, and the country has retained most of its popularity to date. London is a financial hub and is one of the most visited places in the world. And when it comes to education, the universities in the world are English, with Oxford and Cambridge taking the lead. 5. Japan. Japan is made up of 4 main islands and thousands of smaller islands as well. The country is one of the most literate and technologically advanced nations in the world. The Japanese have a unique culture that cannot be found anywhere else in the world and are marked by extreme politeness and a workaholic population. In the 1900s, Japan invaded several countries to expand their territories but was defeated in the Second World War. Japan has a constitutional monarchy, but the elected politicians are the world that can make decisions. The economy of Japan is the 3rd largest in the world and so stable that inflation is virtually non-existent. And that is actually a problem for them, as the population spends less knowing that their money will not depreciate. In terms of domestic employment, their services sector is the largest percentage of the economy. Worldwide, Japan is known for their motor vehicles and electronics, as they are some of the best there are. Japan has a pacifist constitution, but is looking to make changes due to political tensions in neighboring nations. Unfortunately for Japan, their population is on the decline. 4. France. France, the land of romance. France is one of the world's oldest countries, and its influence is not modern. Their best contribution to the world might just be their cultural heritage. France is a wealthy country with a high income and is the most visited nation in the world of all time. France exports weapons and is also a military power despite the serene facade of a tourist country. 3. South Korea. South Korea has a robust and healthy young population who happen to be very interested in plastic surgery as well. South Korea has had a tough journey to independence and had help from the United Nations to get to their present state. The country's economy is mostly tech and services-based, and they're the 7th largest exporters in the world. Their exports are mainly in tech and automobiles, and the country is home to Hyundai, Kia, and Samsung. The national savings and reserves are the largest in the world, and the population is young enough to ensure continued growth in the future. The power of South Korea lies in its economy and international influence, with its movies reaching global audiences. 2. Saudi Arabia. Most of the wealth and land of the Arabian Peninsula belongs to Saudi Arabia. Each year, millions of pilgrims travel to the nation as a holy pilgrimage. Freedom of expression and human rights, especially women's rights, are limited in the country. In addition, Saudi Arabia has to battle extremist groups while still trying to keep a strict watch on protesters who want more freedom. 1. United Arab Emirates. The UAE is a federation of 7 emirates, and its economy is kept afloat by the oil industry. Before discovering oil in the UAE, fishing and the pearl industry were the main contributors to the economy. Thanks to oil exports, the country now has one of the most competitive economies in the Arab world. It seems the UAE could not remain unblemished, though, as a significant portion of their workforce is made up of foreigners who are often underpaid and subjected to poor living conditions. That's it for today. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like this video for more content like this.